The following is a paid program by the Whitley Law Firm. Welcome to Attorneys on Call, the program that gives you free legal information from the Whitley Law Firm. Now, here's your host, Drew Smith.
Hello, everybody, and thank you so much for joining us today. We really appreciate it. You know, I'd be willing to bet that sometime over the past week, you've been watching TV, and while you were watching TV, a commercial came on, and some guy was trying to tell you to call the 800 number because they were a law firm wanting your business. The trouble is, you don't know where that law firm is. It could be in California, Colorado, Florida. That's not what this half hour is about. This half hour is about helping you make informed decisions in case you or someone you know, a loved one, has been seriously injured in an automobile accident, or they've been hurt on the job and have a workers' compensation claim. The law firm, the Whitley Law Firm, is based here in North Carolina, has been here for many, many years, represent people just like you and me all across the state. Not one of those big mega firms from out in California. You don't know anything about them. This is a family law firm here, and they're here to help you. So in studio with me is Bob Whitley, the founder of the firm, and his son, Ben Whitley. Guys, it's always great to be with you.
It's nice to be here, Drew.
Very good to be here.
Bob, you started this firm, I know, back in the 70s, and people that don't know, Bob's got a great book as well that he's written that talks about his career in law. But I know you grew up very, humble in Kinston. Your dad had a big influence on you. But what is it exactly that drives you, Bob, still today to do what you do?
Well, first of all, I love working with people. And growing up in Kinston, my dad made me work in tobacco fields in the summer. I had a paper route in the neighborhood. I cut lawns in the summer, probably about a little more than 20 a week. Wow. And so I grew up working, and my dad made me do it. I wasn't happy at the time, but when I look back, I really am glad. I mean, he taught me two things. One is to always work hard, and second, be completely honest. And I found growing up, as long as I told Dad the truth, no matter maybe what I had done, the punishment was a lot less. Yeah. So I think that's part of my upbringing that's contributed to my desire to help people. Drew, I was thinking too about clients, and I think we lawyers need to put our heads and ideas in the bodies and souls of our clients more. It's usually about us. It's usually we're busy with depositions, right, and we've got to go to court for this, and we've got so many things that we have to do. We've got to manage our staff. Right. And I think it's been helpful to me to just kind of pause a moment every now and then and think about what a client goes through. Sure. First of all, most of the time, they've never been in a law office before. They don't know really what to expect. And one of the things I have learned, they have low expectations. I mean, they don't expect to be treated very friendly by that lawyer. They expect to be kind of talked down to. And I have tried to instill in my sons and our staff and the other lawyers, just treat people, the best you can, and be yourself. And it's okay if we act a little nervous if we're faced with a complex case. We're not superhumans. And I think that works. I don't think clients expect, for example, to get their phone calls returned quickly, if at all. I don't know that they expect to be able to meet with a lawyer anytime they want to discuss their case. And those things which kind of seem ordinary, they're certainly not secrets, but I think that has led to the success of our firm over the years. And I'll tell you what else I think has. When I started out in Kinston in 1975, in so many ways, I didn't know what I was doing. I remember my first divorce case. I remembered from law school, you had to be separated a year. So I had this case, and I didn't know where to file the papers. I mean, it was that simple, the things that I did not know. And I was always competitive. I played sports growing up. Sure. And it was the desire of never having a client regret choosing you as their lawyer. Because I was this young lawyer, and there were so many good, established lawyers in Kinston. It was kind of an honor when they would choose me. And I think I just started out thinking I'd never want a client to regret hiring me. And what goes along with that is the client's got to tell us when they're dissatisfied or they don't feel they're getting the love and attention that they deserve. So I guess that in a nutshell, and I kind of dragged it out a little too long, but that's what I would look back at as has been the secret to growth and success.
Bob talks a lot about empathy, I think is really what he's talking about, and I know you've probably learned a lot of that from him.
We have, and I think what the Whitley Law Firm really is all about is taking his experience of being that small town lawyer, being accessible to a community, and having that same ability for our clients now, but to be big enough to take on the largest pharmaceutical companies there are, Bayer, to take on insurance companies, but still be able to deliver kind of that hometown advantage, the Whitley advantage of having your lawyer as somebody you know.
I would think having someone who's from here and who knows what people are like here, what people go through, the work ethic, all of that has got to be so beneficial, right?
It is, especially in workers' compensation cases in which we handle as well. North Carolinians, what I've learned from him, and I've seen in my own self for 18 years of practicing law, are hard working.
Yeah.
And they do not want to be out of work. Nobody has ever called us excited that they had a workers' compensation claim. That's because North Carolinians are hardworking, and having local knowledge and knowing what jobs are here and our industries are here, I think is very important in any kind of case.
Now, I know we're going to take a short break in a moment, but first we've got a special guest joining us later today, right?
We do. He's a young man that I had the pleasure and privilege to represent. At the time of his wreck, he was 22 years old. I think he's 24 now, so it hadn't been long. But it kind of surprised me. You hear so many things about the millennials and those in their early 20s and their work ethics and issues like that. But I tell you, he's quite a statement of what hard work and just determination. But I'll save that for you to meet him. But he was really hurt seriously. When you see him, you won't think that because he's come a long way. But he had, I don't know how many surgeries and fractures and head injury. I mean, I have a lot of respect. I can't wait till he gets out here.
And he'll be out here in just a moment. You're watching Attorneys on Call.